Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about digital identity and security. Now, the term digital identity has been used a lot, but as Brown 2016 contends, it's been used inconsistently to mean anything from online identity to the sum of digital information left online to portraying yourself digitally or how others perceive you. In terms of formal literature, Dalton and Crosby 2013 have defined it as the composite of images that individuals present, share, and promote for themselves in the digital domain. Brown describes it in terms of self-representation and digital reputation. Essentially, it's about people representing themselves to others in a digital environment. And it's not restricted to the online environment because video diaries, electronic text diaries, electronic art, they're still self-representation expressed digitally and can be shared, but they might not be shared online for security and privacy reasons. But since the bulk of digital sharing is online, we're going to be focusing on the online part, which is consistent with Gabasevsky 2015's definition of an online identity. In the online context, Brown contends that identity isn't singular like a physical identity because the online environment allows people to have separate and multiple accounts and identities with varying degrees of revealing themselves and allows for identity play, putting on personas. But while this is true, there is a push for interconnectivity online, with social media encouraging you to make links between your accounts of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, etc. And with, for example, Google Plus forcing you to consolidate Gmail, YouTube, Google Drive accounts, browser information if you're using Chrome, into a single account. So it's harder to avoid having a single identity. Frunzaru and Gabasevsky 2016 also note that commercial companies are increasingly seeking out user identity information for targeted advertising. And Malala notes that there's instances of emails and even personal health information being obtained online and sold to marketing people. So in contrast to Brown's multiple and separate and different digital identity contention, it's increasingly hard to avoid a single identity. And also, Frunzaru and Gabasevsky note that there's an increasing trend of users portraying themselves online matching more and more closely to their offline identity. As Facebook, for example, has a real name policy where they want you to use your real name and only your real name with their account. Now, also Gabasevsky 2015 notes that there's a trend of more and more personal information being offered and collected online, willingly and unknowingly, and that it can be more widely accessed than before. Not only that, but as Malala agrees, every piece of information contains identity information, and this information can be and is being used to determine people's physical identities. And as Gabasevsky notes, it's being used to rate people socially, professionally, for example with job applications. So Frunzaru and Gabasevsky note that users are increasingly being held accountable in the physical world for their online reputation. For example, schools and holding students accountable for their online behaviour, employers holding employees accountable for their online behaviour, especially true of professionals, for example, teachers. So, in conclusion, we need to realise and teach that how we portray ourselves online matters, that it is likely publicly accessible and traceable back to us, and it will affect how others, including potential employers, see us personally and professionally.